Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news the reflation trade is back. We start today with a major surprise. Inflation is rising much faster in the US than observers had anticipated. In March, it rose at the rate of 2.6% and nicely above the US Fed's target. Analysts had expected it to rise 3.6% in April, but in fact it has come in at 4.2% from a year ago, and very much higher than anyone had anticipated. It's their biggest jump since 2009 and the highest since 2008. Energy and transportation costs did the damage in April. Interestingly, medical care, food and rents all only rose a bit over 2% and all restrained the jump. Bond yields jumped, equity markets fell, and the US dollar strengthened. The US Treasury released its monthly budget update for April overnight. After a huge $660 billion deficit in March, the April $226 billion shortfall looks positively tame. The US Treasury auctioned another $63 billion of 10-year notes today. They got $123 billion in bids. $23 billion was reserved for the Fed. The median yield was 1.63% at this event, up from 1.47% at the same but smaller auction a month ago. And the rise of commodity prices just keeps on extending, with iron ore prices now over $230 a tonne. A year ago, they were $89 a tonne. 2 years ago, and well before the pandemic, they're at $95 a tonne. Copper is rising faster too, now up to its 2011 record high. In China, the April data for new yuan loans, their measure of bank debt growth, came in lower than expected and sharply less than for March. But year on year, it still keeps loan growth above 12%. On Wall Street, the S&P 500 is down another 1.7% in afternoon trade, building on yesterday's big decline as their sell-off broadens. US Treasury 10-year yield starts today at 1.68% and up 6 basis points from this time yesterday. And the price of gold starts today at $1,822 an ounce. That's down $13 since this time yesterday. And oil prices start today up almost $1.50 at just on $66.50 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is just under $69.50 a barrel. This is a big move and made larger by the sudden strengthening of the US dollar. And the Kiwi dollar opens today sharply lower at 71.6 US cents, and more than 1 cent lower overnight. Against the Australian dollar, with little change at 92.6 Australian cents, and against the euro, we're half a cent lower at 59.3 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index starts today at 73.4. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.